morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for joining us. You've again made a great decision to join the Home Court Design podcast today. I want to introduce a special guest analyst with us today. It's an old childhood friend of mine. We've been balling it up since we were little kids. So he's an avid basketball enthusiast, and he knows his ball. So I'm pleased to welcome Brian Kahaku to the podcast. Brian, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks Tom for having me.
Well, hey, glad to have you on, so can't wait to jump into some of this. I know you're a very charismatic individual, so it should be good conversation. So,
Charismatic,
so with all that, we're going to go ahead and check into our first topic. So Carmelo Anthony gets traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's been a long time coming. A lot of people wanted to see him get out of New York. So he's been with the New York Knicks for the past, I think it's been about 4 years or so. It was only a matter of time before he finally got traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So really that forms a real nice trio, big three in Oklahoma City now with the acquisition of Paul George earlier this summer, and then now Carmelo Anthony. Russell Westbrook is going to have a lot to work with. So really what I want to start off by asking you, Brian, is so how good do you think the Thunder can be? Are they going to be a top 2, 3, 4 seed in the West, or maybe even a number 1 seed?
I doubt they're going to be a number 1 seed. The Golden State Warriors is always going to take that. They had their team. They're still molded together. Even with Durant coming in, Durant helped that team. He focused on being with the team instead of an individual, usually when someone comes to a different team. That's the reason why Golden State just meshed so well, because he took down a notch to make sure that the ball handling went to Steph Curry. Didn't have to be in his hands all the time. And I think OKC is probably going to be top 4, yes, but the best in the West, no.
I obviously agree. The Warriors, number 1, they're the class of the West. Nobody's even sniffing them right now. I mean, there are teams that could. It obviously all remains to be seen, but I think Oklahoma City, and I'll be honest, I love the Spurs, and we always underestimate the Spurs. That's why I never like to do that. But Oklahoma City with this big three, I think really puts them over the Spurs and the Rockets. I think they're the clear number 2 seed in the West. And the reason I say that is because I don't know anybody who's got a more competitive fervor than Russell Westbrook. And now that he's actually got teammates I know Melo's kind of in the twilight of his career. He's clearly not in his prime, but he's still not a scrub. He definitely can get you buckets. But now that he's got Paul George, who's a great two-way player, I think those three, with the team surrounding them, I clearly would put them over the Rockets. I love Chris Paul. I love the acquisition there, but I don't see that. Obviously they're a good team that can score, but they don't have that big three that Oklahoma City has. The Rockets, I don't feel like can overcome just the massive amount of talent they have. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the next topic here. So ESPN came out with the top 10 player ranking a couple of weeks ago. 10 was Draymond Green, got ranked number 10, and this is throughout the whole NBA. Number 9 is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Number 8 is James Harden. Number 7 is Chris Paul. Number 8 is Anthony Davis. Number 5, Russell Westbrook. Number 4, Stephen Curry. Number 3, Kawhi Leonard. Number 2, Kevin Durant. And then number 1, LeBron James. So, Brian, I'll start with you. Do you think this list is fair, or do you think it needs to be reorganized in any way?
Quite honestly, I just think the top 5 probably needs to be a little bit reorganized. Other than LeBron James, yes, he deserves the number 1 spot. I would probably drop Kevin Durant probably to the 4th or 3rd spot. And the main reason behind that is because I'm a guy who, Durant was very, he's a good defensive player, but Kawhi Leonard, I think, is a better defensive player than him.
The one thing Kevin Durant does so well, and I don't think I've seen anything like it. Maybe Melo, as far as just a pure scorer, but Kevin Durant can score the ball at such a efficient clip, and I think that impact on the game is so substantial. I actually put him at number 1. I think Kevin Durant's the best player in the league, and if people don't believe that, they're going to believe that at the end of this season, because Kevin Durant, the impact he has on the game as far as scoring the ball, and he is an improved defensive player. I think he even led the team in blocks in this past year, or if he didn't, he was second to Draymond Green, but he showed great defensive prowess that I think has all that really elevates him to me to the number one spot, but mainly because of his scoring prowess. I mean, he does it so efficiently. The next topic, so Dwayne Wade got bought out by the Chicago Bulls. A lot of people speculated that was going to happen. So he ends up signing with the Cleveland Cavaliers, so going back to play with LeBron James, first time since they played in Miami together. What does Dwayne Wade bring to this Cavaliers team? Does he bring them any closer to beating this Warriors team?
No. The whole buyout process for Dwayne Wade, he's living his fantasy world. Mm-hmm. He's already done. Mm-hmm. If he already was done when he left Miami. If he was gonna pull a Kobe, he would have stayed in Miami, retired in Miami. But he went to Chicago to go play for his Chicago team, and now he got bought out, went to Cleveland.
And we know part of the reason was that because Pat Riley, obviously, I think, just really disrespected Dwayne Wade, didn't give him the money that he deserved. And I don't know if you know this, Dwayne Wade was never the highest paid player on the Miami Heat at any point in his career with the Miami Heat. That's insane. How is Dwayne Wade never the highest paid player on the Miami Heat? So Dwayne Wade, I think, does make them better. I think Dwayne Wade, he averaged 18 points a game. I think it was on about 43% shooting last year. Not a great shooting percentage, but I think playing with LeBron James, that shooting percentage will go up. I think he does still give you a clutch player who can make big plays, and especially with the NBA lengthening the season and the playoffs being such a long time period, he'll get the rest, and I think it'll really be in the playoffs where you'll see a great version of Dwayne Wade, assuming he's healthy. So that does it for us for the Home Court Design Podcast this week. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Brian, appreciate you coming out.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. We'll bring you out again soon. It was all great stuff. Hope you guys enjoy the week. I think training camp's already started, so dive into that, and we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. All right, take care.